What up? You watching another episode of Dallas Ebonics, where we talk black. And so today we're gonna talk about immigration. Because whether you know it or not, immigration is a black issue. It's important that we study white America, bro. You have to study the white mind to understand why they do the things that they do. They don't do nothing on accident. You know what I'm saying? These people are very organized, very smart. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what they're doing. So it's important that we study them so that we can follow a pattern, you know. So immigration is a black issue. The first important thing to understand is that every year since 2015, white folks have had more deaths than births. I think it's in like 25 different states. White folks have had more deaths than births every single year since 2015 and counting. The Mexicans are making babies. I'm talking about making babies. Blacks making babies. Even with birth control and abortions, we are making babies. You know what I'm saying? They know that Mexicans and blacks are a whole lot stronger together than divided. You know, we live in the same neighborhoods as each other. We go to the same schools as each other. We shop pretty much at the same grocery stores as each other. They know we in the same boat, but yet we still somehow have two different economies. You know what I'm saying? We haven't unified our economies and our buying power. And so they know that. And so what they do is they politicize and elevate the immigrant in order to incite some kind of jealousy or envy in us to perpetuate the division. This is what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed that they use two opposing forces to carry this out. Number one being Donald Trump. You know, he'll come out, talk about how he hates Mexicans so much and they're murderers and rapists. You know, we need to build a wall, kick them all out, give them contraceptives at the border, separate their families, genocide their ass. Fuck it. That's persona number one, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And notice how the whole world just sits back and watches this. You know what I'm saying? They let America do it. America don't ever have the answer to none of this shit. They just sit back and watch. So I don't understand why, you know, Dr. Umar Johnson was talking about let's go to the UN and demonstrate and charge America with genocide. Nigga, for what? The UN been watching them do this whole time. We've been here 400 years. They know exactly what's going on. They not waiting on us to present our cards to the UN. They been knew what's going on. So that's not going to do nothing. But anyway, the problem with the Republicans is that they're so radical and overtly racist that it wakes black people up out of our slumber that the Democrats have invested about 50 years into. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't like that. They don't like that. And so the Democrats come in pretending like they love Mexicans and want to give them citizenship so bad and want to end racism so bad. I don't buy none of that shit. I don't buy none of that shit. In reality, it's just a trick to keep blacks asleep and over time economically destroy us. Because that's what the Mexicans are doing. They're inadvertently economically destroying us. Like, for example, I was at my baby mama house one day, right? My baby mama a Mexican. I was at her house one day, right? And her auntie was telling me about a story about how, you know, she didn't really speak English, right? But she ended up getting a job as a security guard. And then the Dallas police went to her and hired her as a police officer because she was bilingual. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, I applied to be a security guard, but I got denied because I got misdemeanors on my record. But y'all hire this woman just on the strength that she can speak Spanish? You see what's going on? It's not necessarily the Mexicans' fault. It's the society. You know what I'm saying? They're elevating the immigrant. You know what I'm saying? They're putting the immigrant above us, you know. Or another example is I had took my boy to T-Mobile to get a job, right? He locked up now, you know what I'm saying? Free Dimitri. But anyway, I had took him to T-Mobile to try to plug him into a job just to keep him out the way, you know what I'm saying? And the dude at T-Mobile told us that they don't hire people that's not bilingual. Bro, we in Oak Cliff. Oak Cliff is more than likely majority black. What you mean you only hire people that's bilingual? See, that's what I'm saying, bro. They're trying to replace us in our position with the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? Because notice how the Mexicans are the cleaning ladies now. And the Mexicans are like the maid type ladies now. Like, the Mexicans are the ones out there doing the hard work. The Mexicans are, we used to do that. But now the Mexicans are doing that. Some of us have elevated, but all of us have not. Like, some of us are still at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And the Mexicans that come in that are also at the bottom are replacing us. The harsh reality of it, bro, is that America no longer needs us to function. At this point, we getting in the way. And we out here talking about entrepreneurship and doing all this different shit. Bro, we getting in their way. We ain't nothing but their competition. The Mexicans don't get in their way. And if they get out of hand, they can just deport their ass back whenever they feel like it. You know what I'm saying? The Asians don't get in their way. They get them a little donut shop, open them a little hair shop, and they don't say nothing to nobody. The Koreans open them a little gas station, they don't say nothing to nobody. But us, nah, we want to go to college, we want to get doctorate degrees, we want to get PhDs, we want to go and be the first black everything, we want to get in politics, we want to be the president, we want to do everything. Them other races don't have that in them like that. We have that. That is getting in their way. You know what I'm saying? So they like, we got to do something about these niggas. Like, we can't, we got to do something about these niggas. And so they let the Mexican or the immigrant replace us as far as economically. And then they inadvertently push us back into the prison system. My boy could have got that job at T-Mobile, but he couldn't get it because he didn't speak Spanish. And now he's locked up. This is the cycle that they're banking on. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. We're not going to give you a job unless you speak Spanish. And once we don't give you a job, we'll hopefully get you in the system fast enough to keep you from getting one ever. This is the goal. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why entrepreneurship is such a wave right now, because the immigrants are taking over all of the jobs that we was once getting. And so now we got to find new ways to eat. And so I feel like that's part of the reason why they're trying to elevate and politicize the immigrant. Because now, with us becoming their competition, they got to find another way to make sure that they still have a slave class. Because they need a quote-unquote slave class at the bottom. Somebody that's going to work in the warehouses. Somebody that's going to do all that shit. But somebody might say, well, if that's the case, then why did the Republicans want to get rid of them then? If they really want them to replace us, why would the Republicans want to get rid of them and deport them and all that shit? It's because society would be much more prone to accept the immigrant replacing the blacks if the Democrats come in looking like the hero of the immigrant. You feel me? The Republicans being the bad guy, trying to kick them out, and then the Democrats come and say, that's not right, don't do that, stop separating their families, we're going to politicize and elevate them. People can more so accept that than just elevating and politicizing them out the blue. Like, it has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? So people can't accept that. These people are very smart and organized, bro. They know exactly what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so us as black people, that don't mean that this is the Mexicans' fault. They don't have nothing to do with this. It's not them. It's the government that is trying to elevate them. You know what I'm saying? In order to replace us, because we are getting in their way. It's almost like they're trying to set us up for something. You know, like they're trying to make sure that they can wash us out without their economy being affected. I don't know. It just seemed like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking. I'm just did what I see, you know, so whatever. America needs a slave class. They need a slave class, but they see we too powerful to just be a working class people. We way too powerful to just be at the bottom. Like, we are so diverse in our interests. You know, we do so many different things. We got NASA experts. Like, we do so many different things, bro. And because they're starting to see that they can't just keep us in the hood like they always really wanted to, keep us out the way. Now they're just trying to just go ahead and replace us with the Mexican to just lock us all up. And even if they can't lock us all up, if they can lock enough of us up, then they can continue this cycle of death and poverty through the next generation. This is what they want to do. The bottom line is this, bro. America's guilty of genocide. Period. America is guilty of outright genocide. They allowed Trump to separate families at the border, enforce contraceptives on women, and all that sick ass shit. So when the Democrats came and elevated the Mexican, they would look like angels and hopefully grab the loyalty of the immigrant. In the process, they continue to damage blacks economically, maybe even increase incarceration. They pit Mexicans against each other by making the ones in America feel special, and they create animosity between the Mexicans and blacks, preventing any potential unity. These people are brilliant. These people are brilliant, bro. They plan this type of shit out. This stuff doesn't happen on accident. And these people know what they're doing. But I just want to make sure that I make it real clear. This is not the Mexicans' fault. They are being used by the white man. They are being pitted against us inadvertently. I mean, maybe this also got something to do with the fact that they're pitting the Asians against us too. I don't know, bro. I put all this shit together. All this shit just sound like a whole bunch of fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust none of these people. So just stay alert, bro, and stay paying attention to what's going on. You know, you don't have to be for or against anybody else's problems. You don't have to be for or against anything that ain't got nothing to do with you. Whatever the Mexicans got going, the Mexicans can handle that. Whatever the Asians got going, they can handle that. Whatever we got going, we will handle that. You know what I'm saying? We handle our own issues. But instead of us pitting against them, we need to be thinking about how we can come together, whether it be economically or any other way. We need to be thinking about how we can come together. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to ponder on what they're doing or what side we take or whether we agree with this or that. None of that shit matters, bro. None of that shit matters. So let's handle our business.